Well, over the holidays, a lot of people probably found love and extended that love into an engagement ring, which means a wedding is coming for some of you out there. So here are 3 quick tips on how you can save during your wedding planning season. So one big place that you can save expenses when it comes to your wedding is flowers. This was something that I personally had to cut a ton of. I had this dream of what I wanted my reception and my bouquet and my bridesmaids bouquet, everything to look like. And then you get the price tag back in. It's like, not Bill Gates' daughter. Can't be doing that, right? I'm on a budget. And so I had to go and cut a bunch of flowers. And we got married near Christmas. And so, we had berries, some ways to do it without flowers on some of the reception tables and that kind of thing. And so I just realized how expensive flowers are. So you guys, don't spend a ton of money. Yes, you want a beautiful bouquet, different things like that. I understand. But go a different route where it's not flowers, or maybe it's wildflowers. You can find it really inexpensive. I mean, those kinds of things, but you can spend so much money on flowers. So save money there. Save money, it kind of hurts me to say this, but it can be true on the dress. I think a lot of people have in their minds, some people a designer or this look that they want. And even people get caught up, in the store name of I want my dress at the specific store, because on TV, there's all these shows now with where you buy your dress, and maybe you can get on TV and all that. But listen, you can say yes to the dress anywhere. But there's a lot of different variations of the same kind of look, on the really high expensive side of things or the cheaper end. Or we won't say cheaper, more inexpensive. It's a much better word, right? You won't buy a cheap wedding dress and an expensive wedding dress. But there's money you can save there. I kind of made the mistake. I went over my dress budget a little bit because I was like, this is my perfect dress. And looking back, 5 years later, I'm like, it was beautiful. But I probably, if I shopped around a little bit harder, could have found the same kind of looking dress because they do all your measurements. I mean, they fit it to you if you have a good seamstress, So all that to say, you can save some money on the wedding dress itself. And lastly, this is what I'm finding these days because a lot of people are doing weddings on a more of a tighter budget, but you open up the door to this black hole of a world called Pinterest. And you go and you look and everyone has different stations and signs, and there's all these different things, creative things you can do. And some of them are great because it saves you tons of money, but you can go overboard with this. And you can end up spending more money on these little knick-knack things that you see all over the place. And you look up, you're like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to be saving money by doing these things. And I've done 64 of them. And so I've spent more money. So be careful with the little fun things that you see because it can add up too. So just say a few things to think about. It's hard because you want your wedding to be perfect and beautiful. And I understand that. But just some big areas you could probably cut a little bit are the flowers, the dress, and all the knickknacks that Pinterest has for us. But I love Pinterest. I'm not hating on you, Pinterest. Now, in the book Dad and I wrote, Smart Money, Smart Kids, we have a whole wedding chapter where we talk about wedding planning and budgeting and all of that. So if you want to pick up a copy and flip through that chapter, it's a good one to read.